Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paulson Wisdom Obasisam, and I'm reporting to you live from Obav. Today, we'll be talking about the Nigerian loan bill that was passed by our president and the Nigerian government, and also about the FG supporting the universities of Nigeria, and maybe another subsidy won't happen for universities. But we going to talk about most of it right now. And today, I'm here with Emmanuel Oladipo. He's going to be putting more light into the student loan bills and what we need to know about them. So now, there are a few things you need to know about the student loan bill, just like two guarantors, which are civil servants, not less than level 12. Where you want to see level 12? Make we dey franco. Where you want to see level 12 civil servants? Just to say I wan pay school fees, I no get money. But let's move on. A lawyer at least 10 years post call. What if I have a friend which is just 2 or 3 years post call, and now he tell me to make I find 10 years because I wan pay 1 year school fees? The next year again, if I don call with that lawyer, I go find another 10 years lawyer. God go help us for this country. Then a judicial officer or a justice of peace. Well, they said if you engage in this, then you are eligible for the student loan bills. Many things need to be known here because many people think it's easy to just get the loan. Since the bill were passed, you just go and get the loan. You go just work out, go bank. I need loan for my school fees. They go give you. Na so easy. If it's easy like that, me sef I for don finish school tey. Because most of the time, loans are having so many attachee or attachment to it that most of us don't know about. And now, you see, those of you owing Pampe, Kuda, and other organizations, just know say you don dey disqualified already. You dey owe all those subsidiary accounts, subsidiary fintechs, and so you are counted out already, because you cannot be owing such and your credit score is bad and you're expecting to be eligible for the loan. I'm going to share more light to that. We're coming to that real soon. Those convicted of a felony or any offense involving dishonesty or fraud. My guys wey dey into fraud, cyber crime, my guys, abeg, just forget am. You no qualify. There's no way you're qualified for the loan if you're into fraud or into cyber crime. Just know that. And most of our youth these days are into fraud and cyber crime a lot. But here today at the Obav, we'll be telling you so much you need to know about the student loan bills with Emmanuel Oladipo. He's an analyst for the government and also an analyst for personal analyst for Obav, and he's going to be telling us so much. Those found guilty of exam malpractice by any school authorities, just count it out, my brother. They catch you for exam malpractice, count it out. You're not getting any loan from the government to pay your school fees. So the repayment of the loan is actually 2 years after completion of NYC, and to be direct deduction of 10% of your salary by source of the employer wherever you get a job. That's according to what details the government gave us. But there are many attachee, like I said the other time, an attachment to this more than what we know. Where beneficiary is self-employed, he shall remit 10% of his or her profit monthly. See, if I start the work now, they make 10,000, I could give government 1,000. I don't dey pay tithe for 2 places, so make we talk true. But well, let's move on to today's informations for you guys. So, Mr. Emmanuel, what do you think about the federal government loan and the provision of school fees to students? What do you think about it? Do you think it's a nice step or it's going to work out?
Thank you for having me here.
Okay.
On Obav Associate. I think one of the things I'm going to say concerning the federal government signing the loan bill, and then also the federal government not supporting universities anymore. To me, I'm going to see this as a trap. How do I mean? Because one of the things we need to understand is that just a day or so after the federal government signed the student loan, they went ahead to announce that they can no longer support universities. So are they trying to say every loan you collect is going to be used for what? For the education only? Fine. If that is it alone, I think then it's okay. It's possible. But now, the federal government not supporting universities, that means everything in the universities will be increasing. The money you're paying for your tuition fee, let's assume you pay 50,000 naira for your tuition fee. It means that 50,000 naira might be increased by 200% or 300%. since they are no longer supporting.
Yes.
Now let's now move back to the student loan. I saw so many students, they were very happy. A lot of them were excited because of the loan. Some were even thinking of what to do. Some were thinking of what to buy with the loan. But to me, I really pity them. They don't know what's coming. Federal government signing the loan. Number two, federal government not supporting universities. I think we should quickly look at what this has to do
Exactly.
on the students. Now let's take a look at number one. They say one of the things they said here is that an applicant or his parent must provide tax clearance. Providing tax clearance in Nigeria. Who among us can boldly say that yes, we are actually paying our tax?
That's a story for another day, my friend.
Now, if we are talking about tax clearance now, most of us practice two things very well. Is either we are practicing tax avoidance or we are practicing tax evasion. This one is common among us.
Wow.
So how can you provide the clearance? That is one. Number two, they say the applicant or his parents must be earning total income less than 500,000 per year. Even the money they send to your account, somebody dash you, and then the little job you get to do, you earn more than 500,000 per year.
Per year, that's a really little amount now.
So how are you going to tell me that you cannot earn up to 500,000 per year?
That's
This
really
is
silly.
this is a clear trap for us as students.
Exactly, it's a trap.
Now one thing we must understand again, in Nigeria, our minimum wage is 30,000. I will be meant to believe that anybody who is earning below the minimum wage cannot pay tax. Back to the number one. So how can you provide a tax clearance? That one is not possible.
Exactly,
Another thing. Now, another thing we need to consider from some of the criteria you listed there. You said they are to provide two people, isn't it? They are to provide two people. These two people earning less than 500 will now have to provide a director in civil service and a lawyer of 10 years in service as guarantor. Let me explain this very well for you. You have to provide a director in civil service and a lawyer with 10 years worth experience. Now let's take this into consideration. How many directors do you know in civil service?
I don't know any.
How many of the students know directors in civil service?
Exactly. How would you even know directors if you are poor?
Now, one of the things we must understand is that this is not just knowing them.
Exactly.
They have to shorty you. What does shorty means? Meaning they are standing for you.
As a guarantor.
As a guarantor, exactly. Meaning if you can do it, fine. But if you cannot do it, they will be held responsible for what? The payment of the loan. Now, after this, let me now tell you something. How many director is willing to stand for you as a boy or as a girl who needs loan for her school fees and say, yes, I can beat my full chest for the person? If I'm to be a director, I don't think I can stand for anybody. This is making the loan this is making assessing the loan very difficult for people. Now, one thing we must understand is, after you meet all these requirements, the Act loan, let's look at what the Act loan said. It said loan will be given when funds are available. When funds are available. What does this mean? Even if you meet up all these criteria, it doesn't mean the funds are already available for us to pick.
At all.
No,
not at
when
all.
the funds are available. Now, if you need to pay your school fees in the next 1 week and you apply for the loan, you meet up everything. Now, and the loan is not available till the next 2 months. What happens to that section?
That's the zero. That you're starting over.
It's wasted already.
Exactly.
Let's look at number 2. They say if you add your father and mother's income monthly, it must not be more than 41,000 a month or 500 a year. Your father and mother must look for a director in civil service to shorty you. The director will send his pay slip document. Who is willing to do that?
Who is willing to go through all this stress? Let's be frank with ourselves, Nigerians. Who is willing to even tell you to go through the steps? Will I know a director and I'm telling you that I need money to pay school fees of 150,000 naira? Will I know a director, a level 12 civil servant, and I still tell you I need somebody to come and stand for me to just collect a loan to pay my school fees? Subsidy is being taken off the school fees very soon. The government are not standing behind universities anymore. So definitely, you going to the federal universities and you also going to a a local or a private university are going to pay almost same amount, and you expect me to know a director that is going to willing to stand for me to pay a school fees of 150,000 or 50,000? Man, now let's be frank with ourselves. This is not how Nigeria is supposed to work. This is a bonus and also a punishment. It's a punished bonus. It's also a punishment attached to a bonus. I don't know what the government is trying to say, but I really don't know more. Let's continue more from Emmanuel.
Okay, I think I don't really have much to say again, but I want to simply say this. To me, nobody is qualified for this law.
Exactly.
Nobody is qualified for the law. Because what the federal government just did here was just to deceive us. Was to deceive us with the loan and then withdraw their support from the universities. That is to still tell us that what is happening with the subsidy on the fuel right now is the same thing that is happening on education. Meaning we should not rejoice over the loan that has been given to us. Number one, you pay heavily for your education. That is one. Education is one of the most expensive things to run. Education is very, very expensive. In every country, you need the government to support education and you need the masses to support. Now, if the federal government are withdrawing from it, it will make our education in Nigeria very, very expensive. For the loan, Nigerian students, great Nigerian students,
Great.
I will tell you one thing. The loan is not in our favor. It is just there for the government to feel as if they are doing the right thing. But the truth is, the loan is not in our favor. You cannot have access to this loan. I cannot have access to this loan. Now look at what they are even saying. Let's even go back to the repayment. They say you have to start repaying this loan 2 years after your what?
Or you go to 2
NYS.
years jail.
Now let's be
2
frank.
years jail.
Even before you go for your NYSC, by the time you finish ASU strike and everything, what happens? You are not qualified to go for NYSC again. That is one. Now number two again is that we have graduates who have been out of school for the past 15 years, still without a job.
They are going to jail.
So what happens to you after 2 years? Meaning what happened?
They're going to jail.
And become an ex-convict
Ex-convict.
for just borrowing a federal government loan to see yourself through school.
It's a trap, man. Don't fall for it. It's a trap.
Forget. It's not nice. This is just punishment in disguise.
Exactly.
So for me, I'll say we should not rejoice yet completely on that, because it's actually not profitable to all the students.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. That's my take on this.
Thank you so much for your own take on this student loan bill. Like, I support everything you say 100%. This is actually a trap for me. I wouldn't lie to you that if we are able to lend such kind of money with so much conditions, then we should be able to just go to our local lendees and get money from them, because this is just a trap and a way to just give you bigger problems. And Emmanuel, our analyst for today, has told us so much about what we need to know about the student loan bills. And I appreciate the fact of you being here to tell us so much about it. So we've come to the end of today's session with Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you for the enlightenment on student loan bills.
Thank you.
So to get more information about our company and our media sessions, to go to obavashe.com, and our Instagram, all social media will be on the screen. Make sure you follow us and always be aware of our information coming to you. Thank you so much for today.